Hey guys, today's video is all about Apple and why Apple is my favourite stock to invest in. So let's talk a bit about Apple. We all know Apple, they make the iPhone, MacBook, soon it'll be the Apple Car. Apple was just, its growth over the last 5 years is fantastic. It's gone from, around $30, something like that. It's now up to $142. It's finished the year, on a high of $142. Within the last year it's gone from, I believe, $77 up to $142, so it's basically doubled its share price within a year. And Apple's just one of those stocks that if you look at its history over the 5 years, it's just a constant upwards growth. It's a solid investment. Now, as a dividend yield, I would say it's not really a dividend stock. I don't think most people don't really invest in Apple for its dividends. At the moment, I believe it's now 0.57% dividend yield, so it is low. You're not really going to be earning a fortune from Apple dividends, but it is a great company to invest in. They've got a lot of things planned. As you see, the new M1 chip that'll be coming out soon. That's really going to boost sales. We've got the idea of the Apple Car with Hyundai. Who knows when that will happen, if it won't happen, and things like that. But what you can see is they're just innovating year on year. There's something new. Now we've got the Apple home items as well. Like the Amazon's Alexa and the Google Home and things. Now Apple have got theirs. We're just seeing that Apple is more and more getting people into their kind of ecosystem, and once you're in, it's hard to leave really, because everything works so well together with Apple products. And a lot of third-party products as well work with their home system and things. Obviously in vehicles you've got Apple CarPlay. Plenty of vehicles only have Apple CarPlay. So for example, Porsche, I believe that they don't have the Android version, it's just Apple. So there's lots of benefits to using Apple products and things. And apparently this Apple is likely to soar as well, around 25%. There's a huge increase in sales and popularity of Apple in China. So they'll be selling a lot of iPhones in China, especially when the next one's released. Just the share price is just constantly going up, and really for me it is the best company. It's my favourite company to invest in, just because it's absolutely solid. Now if you look at one of the world's most famous investors, Warren Buffett, he actually has his company owns 20% of their portfolio is in Apple. And normally people say, don't put more than 10% in one stock. Well, the best investor in the world has 20% in Apple, so that tells you something. He's very confident. Obviously he owns over $90 billion worth of shares in Apple. And considering his entire sort of portfolio is about 450 billion, that's a good chunk. That's almost a fifth there of his shares, in Apple. So my suggestion is buy Apple stock. Buy Apple stock as soon as you can and hold on to it. Just because it's not something that's going to make you rich overnight. This isn't a Bitcoin. It's not a Tesla or a Neo maybe. We don't know what happened with Neo yet, but Apple is just one of those that's just constantly growing. Sales have increased, I believe, 18%, something like that. So it's just every single year there's growth in sales, there's growth in revenue. It's just constantly on the rise. Hold on to Apple for 20 years and you'll see a huge increase in the share price, and you will earn a lot of money. So my suggestion really is definitely put in 20% of your portfolio, put it in Apple, same as Warren Buffett's doing. If he's doing it, he knows what he's doing, so why shouldn't we? If you want to put in more, put in more. It's just that Apple is really a long-term investment rather than one that's going to make you a millionaire overnight. It's very unlikely to happen. It will see, as I said before, it's getting a lot more growth in China. You know, it will see spikes here and there. But, you know, on a whole, it's just one of those that's likely to increase a small amount year on year. And if you kept that, you know, for 20 years, you'll see, you know, just how much that's going to earn you, really. And of course, you know, you've got a bit of dividends there. The dividends are not really worth, well, if you hold a lot of Apple stock, then it will be something, especially as the share price increases and it sort of snowballs there. You know, your dividends will start to be something, but as I said, it's very low. It's not really something you will invest in for the, you know, for the dividend yield. You'll be investing more for the, you know, the capital gains, the actual, you know, the increase in price of the shares. So if you put in, you know, at the start of this year, it was $77, and now it is 142. So that's, you know, a substantial increase in just a year. And, you know, when it started 5 years ago, you know, it was very, very low, the price compared to what it is now. I mean, it's, you know, eight, nearly 9 times the price of what it started as, you know, 5 years ago. So, you know, just if you are considering buying Apple, just take into account that it will be just, you know, to hold. I wouldn't be sort of buying and selling it. I would just, if you look at the, you know, over the last 5 years, Apple, it's just been on a constant increase. There's the occasional little, you know, drop in price here and there, but then it increases even more afterwards. So my advice at the moment is just to buy it at the price it's at now. It's at, I believe, it's 142. I've said. So $142 a share. Buy yourself $1,000 or whatever you wish. Depends how much you got to spend. But, you know, put some money in there, and because it's not really going to drop. You know, just looking at the history of it, I think it's very unlikely that you're going to see a crash in Apple, especially with all of the different things it's got planned. As I said, this new chip. You know, Apple is more popular than ever, and as I said before, even in parts, you know, now in China it's becoming popular. As their economy's, you know, grown, people have got more sort of disposable income and things. They'll be buying iPhones as well. So. And iPhone, you know, it does have its cheaper options as well, or the iPhone XR or whatever it is. You know, it's not just the, you know, the most expensive one you have to buy. There are other options, you know, for a lower price point. So it's, you know, it's just always going to be on the rise. I don't see there's any real competition to Apple either. I mean, I know you have the Galaxy with Samsung and things. But them, you know, as a company, they don't really have, you know, the range, sort of, the ecosystem really, I should say, of Apple. You know, they're just not really competing. I mean, certainly the phones are competing, but apart from the phone, you know, it's just, Apple's just got that ecosystem where it just locks you in, and once you're, you know, an Apple customer, and the quality of Apple as well, you know, all of their products are good quality. People just trust in those. Yes, they are. They do have quite a bit of a markup on them. I mean, they're very expensive. I believe I saw, you know, the monitor stand or something that's $1,000 or whatever. But, you know, in general, their products are good. They're good quality. And, you know, it's just they all work together so well. And there's no real competition to that. And we're seeing them now, you know, with potentially, you know, an Apple car arriving in the future, electric vehicle they're doing with Hyundai. You know, because customers, you know, they're so sort of locked into the ecosystem of Apple, it's very likely that many of their customers will buy those cars. I'm a huge Tesla fan. Love Tesla, love what they're doing. But it will certainly be competition for them. And now we're not sure what the price point will be of this car. Perhaps it's going to be more of a smaller economical car if it's Hyundai. I mean, they're known for making more affordable cars. They're not really a premium brand. So perhaps, you know, we'll see a more affordable electric vehicle, you know, with the Apple logo on it. I mean, just if Apple just put their logo on a car, that alone would sell, you know. That just their logo would make the car sell. So it's just got such good sort of customer sort of loyalty, brand loyalty. Once someone starts buying Apple products, they're just constantly buying, so it just locks those customers in there. So Apple stock, to summarise, great long-term investment. I'd just say just buy it now at the price. Don't wait and see if there's going to be a dip in the price, because it's probably just going to go up, especially with different things being announced. It's likely to increase. So buy the stock now, hold on to it. Don't even think about selling it. Just hold on to that. Keep that stock 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. We'll see where Apple goes, but I think this is one that's really gonna make you a lot of money on the long term. So that's my sort of opinion on the Apple stock. Hope you liked it. Video a like, subscribe guys, and I'll see you in the next one.